Hello, crafty friends. Stacy here with a creative session, and we are playing with the Barbecue Masters die and stamp set. This is super fun. This is great for all those guys in your life or women that are the grill masters. I certainly am not in my household. My husband holds the title here. He is the master of all cooking, but he is the grill master as well. So, we are going to make a super easy, this I'm calling an easy floating panel fun fold. So watch this. Ready? So easy, super easy. It's got that little bit of a Z, but not quite a Z because it's only got a little piece right there holding this floating panel on. So we are going to make this easy floating panel fun fold, and I am going to be featuring the Barbecue Master stamp and die. So we're going to be doing some inking today. We are going to be doing some embossing. So I have all my supplies on my desk, my inks. I'm going to be using Secret Sea, Granny Apple Green, and Balmy Blue. So I have them ready. Like I said, I have some blending brushes. I have some foam adhesive. I have my Versamark and some silver embossing powder. And oh, I'm going to show you, I changed up my flame for this card, but I'm going to show you a super easy way to make the flame look, what is that word I'm looking for? Ombre, so to speak. Now, we know how to do ombre stamping, but I didn't do ombre here. I'm just going to show you how fun and easy that is. And for that, I use Darling Duckling and Pumpkin Pie. All right, so let's get to it. You will find everything you need down in the description. I have a tutorial for you linked down there, so you can find that and print that out. But again, everything is really super easy to follow along. So here's all those little bits. I tell you, my hands are so shaky, and putting together like this hamburger right here. Please let me zoom in. Look at this hamburger. Would you please? It's all little die cut layers. I absolutely love it. Here's a close up. And look, I had the uh pieces of the fork right there going through the sausage link. So I thought that was a cool little technique, right? And here are the tongs. So, all right, let me zoom out. And so I have all my pieces already die cut. Here's the flame that I'm going to show you how to do, but I'm going to use this one. I think I want to use that because I don't want to have the basic white. All right, and then here's everything to put my little hamburger together. I'm just going to pile everything up over here because I don't need that right now. Okay, so, oh, also I used the deckled rectangle dies. Now, you'll notice here, I number my dies when they're these type of layered dies. I number them. So there's 8 dies in this stack. So either you start to count from the outside in or the inside out, however you want to do it, but 1 through 8. So for this card, as you see here, I have basic white and secret C. I used number 2 and number 3. So if I start at the outside, it's 1, 2, 3. So I used 2 was secret C and 3 was my basic white. That's what I do. So there's a little tip for you on numbering your dies when they're those layered type dies. So I have them right here. Then I have a piece of DSP. I have 2 pieces of Secret C, and then I have my basic white. Let me tell you what DSP pack that comes from. It is, I think it's the new mix-in one, right? Yeah, Mixed Up Patterns DSP 166992 is that item number for you. Okay, so I'm going to get everything out of my way for a moment. We are just going to score this just in 2 little spots here. That's all we need to do. So I have a scoreboard. Let me zoom in. All right, and I'm just moving everything out of my way. And we are going to be scoring on the 11-inch side. All right, and I'm going to score at 5 and 10. That's all you need to score. Where is my scoring? Wait, here it is. Okay, so like I said, we are going to score at 5 and 10. And this piece is what is this? 3 3/4 by 11. Okay. So now all we're going to do here is actually, let me zoom out. This is going to be easier now. So now I have my score, 5 and 10. I'm going to fold forward, right? And then this little piece right here, I'm going to flap backward. So that is what I'm left with, all right? So it's not quite a Z fold, all right? So now I'm just going to use my burnishing tool. I'm just going to burnish this down. All right. Now, what we are going to do next is I want to just decorate or stamp the inside of my card. I think that's a lot easier. I'm not going to decorate, but I am going to stamp. So I'm going to lift this up. This is my inside stamping layer, right? So this is flapped outward. See how that's going out? So right here is where you want to stamp. So I have your flippin' awesome. I already have that on my block. I am going to use my Secret C, and I'm going to stamp that. You're flipping awesome. I think that is so perfect for a barbecue type stand set. All right, we'll put everything together later. I just wanted to do that for now. I'll leave that in the corner there. I think we can put this over to the side for now. Yep, let's move along. I'm going to bring in just a piece of scrap. Okay, I'm going to bring my barbecue. Now, what I did is I just stamped in Secret C the barbecue stamp and die cut that out. That's it. Now, I'm going to come back in with my Secret C ink, and I'm just going to get a little bit of ink on a blending brush. I just want a little bit. I don't want a lot of ink for this. I'm just tap, 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 tap. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to blend. If you see in this one, see how my barbecue looks gray where everything white is? That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm just going to start lightly blending all around. I actually think I need a little bit more ink. My brush was dry. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Just wanted to just cover up that white, right? Grills are not white like that. Okay. There, I think that's perfect. Okay, so that is what I wanted to do. I like that a lot better than having the white poke through. So that's number one. I'm going to turn my paper over because I don't want to contaminate anything. Now, I am going to grab my white layer, that front layer right here. So as you can see, I have half of this blended granny apple green and the other half blended balmy blue. I do want to bring my balmy blue down just a little bit. On my sample card, I think I went up a little too high with my granny apple. So I'm going to start with my balmy blue. Also, you see here, I have Happy Birthday to the Grill Master, and that is in embossing powder. So, however you prefer, there is no right or wrong. You can ink first, then do your stamping and embossing. You can emboss first and then do your inking. So, truly, it really doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But you know what I'm going to do? We are going to stamp first and then we are going to do our ink blending. So I'm just going to rub some of my embossing buddy. And the reason why I'm stamping first is because if I took my embossing buddy and rubbed it on the ink, I'm afraid I might rub some ink on my embossing buddy. So that's why I think I'm going to do it first. Now, these are separate stamps. Let me show you. So I have Happy Birthday and then to the Grill Master. So what I did, where is my ink block? Here it is. You'll be able to see. Let me zoom in for you. So what I did, let's see. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I laid happy birthday down on my paper, and I also laid to the grill master right underneath it. So it was sitting first, and then I put my block down and lifted it up. So that's how I have them totally right under one another. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my Versamark here. I'm going to get my sentiment juicy, juicy, juicy. And I want that up in the corner there. So I'm just going to bring this closer to me. Sorry, I need to be able to see and get this even. Let me get that even. Okay. So I want that. I hope my head doesn't go in the way. Right about there. Nice pressure because I want to get that Versamark transferred to my paper. Okay, you can't see anything right now. I'm going to come in with my coffee filter and that silver embossing powder. And we're just going to sprinkle that over it now. Okay. Oh, what is that little smidge in my embossing powder? Some little gem or something. I don't know what that is. Okay, I gotta get that out. But anyway, something contaminated my silver embossing powder. So now that is not going back in my container. But I do need a little bit more. So we'll use this so I don't have to use any more in my jar. And I like to tap. See how it's like falling off? I like to do that slow so that embossing powder gets in all the crevices. Yeah, see how it's like now nicely filled in? Okay. As you tap it, it starts to come off. All right, I think that's pretty good. I'm not going to throw that in here. This is contaminated. If you see, I think that is glue, actually. Somehow I was just using this. So I'm throwing this entire coffee filter away. That's no problem. I have millions more. All right, where's my heat gun? All right, so just for a moment, I apologize for the noise. Let's heat emboss this. There it goes. I get amazed every time. I love seeing the embossing powder melts. Okay, we're good, right? We're all dry. Yes. Okay. So we're just going to leave that for a moment. Get this out of the way. We are done there. Okay. So now we're going to start with the green. So I'm going to come in with my Granny Apple Green. I have my Balmy Blue. I have some blending brushes. I need new blending brushes. I don't know where they all went. Um, I had so many close to my heart ones, few Stampin' Up, so I got to get some Stampin' Up ones. I have some Amazon ones, don't really like these, but I don't know where a lot are. So, okay, so we are going to take the Granny Apple Green first. And I'm going to ink my brush up. Like I said, tap, tap, tap. And I don't want to go as high up as I went on this one, right? So I want to stay as much as I can have it be like that. I want to try to stay down below. Let's see how it works out. And it's okay if you get some harsh lines around the sides. That's totally fine because, grass comes in different shades. Okay, that's good. I like it. I'm going to stop there. I'm not going to go higher. I think I want to just fill in right there a little bit. Okay, I think I'm good. Let me measure that. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Now I'm going to come in with the Balmy Blue with these stinky, stinky blending brush. More of. I have to place an order. Okay. So I'm going to do these. And this blue is fairly light, but I can see it's coming up in the camera. But I feel like I have to press a lot harder with this brush. Okay. Okay, this is exactly how I want it. Now I'm going to try to meet those two colors in the middle, but very, very subtly. Okay, just kind of blending them together. I think that is really cool now. Let me zoom in a little bit. Can you see the blue? You can. There you go. Maybe I'll put a little bit more. All right. Now I just want, since I embossed first, I just want to grab a little piece of paper towel and I want to just rub my sentiment here just to get, let's see if, yeah, I got a little bit of blue just to take that off the silver embossing powder. Okay, I think I'm done now with that. So what I want to do is I want to build, let's build our front here. Yeah, I like that so much better. How I have the green and the blue. All right, so I want to, where's my, I want to use this tape runner. I am going to get some tape on my barbecue and get that down. So we're going to put this, put a little bit on a slant, just like that. Okay, now look at how cute these are. Cutesy cutesy, right? And I cut that out in the silver foil and I have it on a mini dimension. And I'm just going to have that hanging off. I'm going to line it up so it looks like it's hanging off the side there. Okay, and they're a little raised. All right, now here I also cut this out in the silver foil. I have a little sliver of foam dimensional there. But what I'm going to do is I also cut one out in a brown, like a wood color. So I'm going to take my scissor and I'm going to cut that little nib off, right? I'm going to put some adhesive on the back here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the handle as if it was like a wooden handle, right? So you can customize this way. Just that. How cool. I just had a cup of coffee, so my hands are like shaking. Okay, right? Cute. So that's going to go there, but I cut out one of these sausages, right? And I took my scissor and in the first, see, there's these little cutouts. There's 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. In the first one, I just stuck, see, I'm poking my scissor through, just opening up that area. And then the next to last one, I did the same thing. So I kind of just opened it because I'm going to take like my fork here and this is, I'm going to put it through. See? How cute is that? Do this one too. Okay. And then put it on an angle. I love it. I love it. And this set has shrimp, so you can have the shrimp hanging off here. So this is just on a little foam. Oh, and then I have to put a little mini dimensional on the back of the sausage. Just right there. Okay. So cute. Okay, and then we're going to just layer that right there. Come on, Stacy. These nails, I tell you, they're getting in the way. Okay. All right. Love, love, love it. Super cute. Okay, what else is going here? So let's talk about the flame. So here is, this is on Darling Duckling and Peach Pie ink. I stamped the flame. But if you wanted to have more of a, two-tone flamed color, let's see, see how I have there? I have what colors am I using? Darling Duckling and Peach Pie. So I have, let me just show you this real quick. I'm not going to use it, but I do want to show you how to do this just in case you want to. So here I have my paper, I have my stamp on my block. I'm going to take my Darling Duckling and I am going to ink up the entire flame, okay, in the Darling Duckling. Now I'm going to take a sponge dauber and get a little bit of that pumpkin pie on my sponge dauber, right? And then I'm just going to dab just a little bit at the bottom of the flame. Okay, just like that. And now when you stamp, no, I didn't get a good impression because I'm stamping on my mat. Let me do that again. Let's get my Darling Duckling. Let me put my stamp for you. Do it over because I didn't get a good impression. Darling Duckling. Okay. Peach Pie. A little bit on your stamp. Just like that. There you go. So you can have that two flame. I did a little more, but you get the idea. Here's another one I did when I was taking my time. Okay, just use that little sponge dauber, just put a little bit just like that, and then stamp. Okay, but I was going fairly quick just to show you some tips as you're using this set. Okay, so I can put all this away, but for this card, because everything's kind of colored, I didn't want a white flame. See that? I didn't think it kind of went for this card, so that's why I liked it better on with the flame like that. Okay, so now, because these little tiny sausage suckers are super, super little, I am going to, I need my silicone mat. I'm going to get a little bit of glue on the back of these little guys. I gotta hold them so I don't lose it in my tape runner. Okay, and I want the little end sticking up this way. And I'm going to put one leg off to the edge there, like that. Gonna do this guy. Do the same thing, kind of just like that. Now I'm gonna get some adhesive and we're gonna put that on our grill. Love it. Love it. Okay, so that is our front piece. Now, let's bring this piece back in and our panels back in. Okay. So we're going to take our DSP. We can just do that right now and adhere it to. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We ran out. Let's see, Greg. Oh, look. This one's out. Hoi, oi, oi. What do I got, Stacy? Quick. Oh, look at this. I got a little one right here. This one's pretty fast to change, so we can do this. I knew it was going. I just put one out here. Okay. Okay. So we're just going to put our DSP here. Then I'm going to take that larger deckled rectangle. I'm going to put that also centered. Okay. All right. Now, so this is my top panel. Let me zoom out. So this is my top panel, and then this one is my bottom. So what we're going to do is I'm using tear and tape. This is the 1/2-inch tear and tape, just because it's really solid. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just lining this up. So you want to line that up. I'm going to put a piece of tear and tape right here on that flap. So it's some nice, strong, where's my scissors? Nope, these are not my, where's my scissors for, okay, we'll have to use them, it's fine. Okay, so that's for that. And now we're gonna put on the back. You know, I had my scissors and I don't know where they are now because I was just using them. So they're here somewhere, but I have a mess and I had a technical difficulty. Now I'm aggravated because I got to splice two videos together now. Darn it. Technology, you know, I was in the middle of filming and my computer just shut down. It's a brand new computer. Like, dude, what are you doing? Ay, ay, ay. All right. So we're going to pull off the backside. We're going to attach the backside. Well, I don't know if this is the backside, underside, whatever you want to call it. We're going to do the bottom first. We're going to go bottoms up. All right. So take off your tear and tape. So just line that up, right? And this you just want to center and just put it down. So try to get that as best as you can. And I think that looks pretty good. And I'm going to commit and go down. Okay. All right, so that layer is done. You get what's going on here. So now this is the bottom of the top layer. That is now going to, so we're going to pull that backing off, and then we are going to align that and adhere that to the top. All right. So the way I did this is I turned it, kind of held that down, and I made sure I was even here, kind of held that down and followed it. Hold on. And followed it till I felt I was aligned, and then I released my hand, and there we go. I'm perfect. Okay. How cool is that? This card design could be used for anything. So many different. I'm just doing a male birthday, because I'm so happy Stampin' Up! Has a few sets recently that I could stock up my male stash cards. Okay, so this now I want to use, here's my scissors on top of my adhesive. I want to pop this up, so I'm going to pull a huge strip off look at this big roll. Oh, love my Amazon adhesive, my 3-dimensional adhesive, because I use so much of it. So that is just going to go right there. We're just going to pop that up a little bit, and then we'll put this adorable cheeseburger together, and then we'll call it done. I didn't put any gems on this, but I think I can use a couple of black gems, maybe. We'll see. Or enamel dots. I might add to it. I don't have them on my desk though. I'll have to come back and put it. Okay, so now I'm going to open my card here, and I am going to take my spatula and my mini fork. I'm going to get some adhesive on them, and I'm just going to crisscross these guys. Like this. Cute. All right. So this burger is so cute. All right. So this is my hamburger bun. This is my hamburger. This is my lettuce. I'm making a cheeseburger. I didn't do onion on this one. This is the little tomato, but this is good for the skewer. But I'm going to show you what I did. I trimmed this. Let me just zoom in so you can see. And when I build, good, I'll stay like that. When I build the burger, you'll see why. Okay, so you have just a little sliver of red. I don't think I need it, but I'm going to save it just in case. So now I have two pieces. Okay, So that's for my burger. So the way I did this, and it worked out pretty well, is I'm going to start with the bottom bun. Okay. I'm going to, and I have it on a little bit of a, yeah, on a little bit of a catty corner. So I put my bun at the bottom. Now I'm going to come in with the meat. And I kind of just like overlap just a smidge on the bun. Now the cheese, and the cheese lays perfectly. Look at that. Yummy cheeseburger, making me want to have a burger tonight. What am I? Oh, we're having steak, potatoes, and maybe broccoli. Filet mignon, though. I love filet mignon. That's my food. All right. There's my cheese. Now I'm gonna put my lettuce. No, wait, did I do? Yeah, lettuce. Like that. Okay, now, so I can have tomato coming out on both sides. I'm gonna put a little piece right there. I'll show you what I did. It works, I'm telling you. Put a little piece there. And then take this little outline and kind of just, you'll see, I'll show you. Just put it there. I know it looks like a hot mess, but you're gonna see what I'm telling you, because now you're gonna take your bun top and you're going to cover this like that. And it looks like a little tomato peeking out. Otherwise, your tomato was too small. So I needed tomato peeking out. All right. Hot mess. Yummy cheese to yummy cheeseburger. So wait, I'm going to put I'm going to snip that a little. I don't need that there. Okay. There we go. Yum, yum. How adorable. It just, come on. Come on. It's too cute. I know. I know. All right. So that is our inside. You're flipping awesome. Too flipping cute. Here is our front of our card. Hopefully, you guys, I am not no technology wizard. Hopefully, I could connect the two videos and this will be posted. If not, I'm going to have a third one. So if you see a third card in my video, you know that I had to redo in totality. But I hope you enjoyed this card. So I'm calling this an easy floating panel, fun, bold. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you pick up Barbecue Master and you have fun with it. And I'd love to see your creations. If you did enjoy any of the techniques or tips that you picked up along the way, I so hope that you did, because that's the point of all this. Give me a shout out in the comments. Let me know you watched. And I appreciate all of the support and everyone who comments. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a wonderful crafty day.